Sorry guys, I just can't help myself when it comes to wild edibles. By the way, the blackberries have just started coming out, so get out there and get picking them. Right guys, if you've just landed on this, if you're not one of my subscribers and you've landed on this video thinking you're going to get an in-depth review of this camera, I'm not doing that. Basically, I've just brought the camera out today into the woods. As you can see from my channel content, do a bit of bushcraft, wild camping, survival, all that kind of stuff. So we're just going to do a field test with it today. The weather is absolutely boiling, and it's very still, so I can't record things moving like shrubbery and things like that other than myself moving. So I can't really test that side of it to see what the focusing's like. So what I'm going to do is take a trip up the woods, and I will tell you when we switch over to this camera. We'll do some comparisons between this camera and the phone that I use. This video is going to be uploaded, and all videos from now on with that camera will be uploaded in full 1080p HD. Now my thought behind that is, and I didn't explain this on the last video on the behind the scenes with Andy Outdoors, I've always done it in 720 HD, my uploads. One, because I don't know what format my phone records in, so not off the top of my head, it's probably set to 720. My thought behind it was that it's going to take a lot longer to encode a 720 HD video into a 1080 video. I think the processing time would be like a lot longer than usual. I mean, usually it'll take me, for a half an hour video, about 20 minutes to encode it, and another 15 minutes to put it onto YouTube. So we'll definitely see how that performs if it's recording in 1080. Converting it into a 1080, it probably won't even have to convert it, it'll probably just automatically do it. So I'm eager to see that side of things as well, you know, in the editing suite. Right, so I'm banging on about nothing again. So let's get cracking, let's get the top of these woods. I have brought some brewing up tattle with me today. Yeah, I'm going to have a brew in this weather. So we're going to find somewhere that's fairly flattish, and I'll bring you back in a bit, guys. Right guys, so like I said at the beginning of the video, this camera doesn't come with an external microphone, but there is a way we can do it. I've ordered two cables off the internet, that one and another one I'll show you in a minute, off the internet through Amazon. And basically what I need, I'll show you on the side of the camera first. So on the ports there, the top one, that one there, is not an external microphone socket. It's actually for like a shutter switch. Then you've got your data one, then you've got mini HDMI, so you can stream to your TV. So the one we're interested in is the middle one. So I've been out and I've bought this little cable. So it's got the data part on one side and a 3.5 jack on the other. Now in theory we should just be able to plug this in the side. Which way around does it go? That way around. Like that, and put a standard microphone into here, and it should work. The other cable I've got, which I can't show you this part of the video because I'm going to be using my phone, so that's what I'm going to do first, and I'll let you know if it works, is obviously we've got a screen on the back here. Now if I'm in front of the camera here, obviously I can't see how I've framed the picture at the back. So what you can do is get a hot shoe adapter for on here to mount your phone on, similar how it's mounted to my tripod at the moment. And with this cable, And so with this cable I should be able to, well with these two cables I should be able to mount my phone, so at least I can set the shot up, but it does require the same data port as what I'm using for the microphone. So it's this first cable is data cable to USB, and then this one, because my phone is a 5-pin micro kind of jobby, can you see that? And that goes into a female USB. So in theory, and you use an app to do this as well. I've downloaded an app. I'll put a link in the description to the app. So basically, this piece plugs into my phone. This piece plugs into the camera. You turn the camera on the app, and you should be able to see what the screen's showing at the back. Right guys, that didn't work. I tried a few different things to make it work. It wouldn't work. I have got the right cables. I think it's the software for the app that I'm using. So I'm going to see if there's an actual app for Canon and see if I can do it that way. But I'll have to do that when I get home. I'm not using my data out here and going through all that malarkey because I'm doing this video. And that's just for me personally, so I can, so I can set shots up and what have you. So what I'm going to try and do now is plug the other cable in. This is the headphone one. I'm going to do a short video. Do a bit of mumbling to myself and play it back on the screen here, see if it works. So I'm in video mode, turn the camera on, stand on the cable for the microphone. So we're out of focus at the moment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello, hello, hello. Right guys, so the cables that I brought, one was for using the phone as a monitor, didn't work, and the one for the microphone, so to plug the microphone into the camera, didn't work. So I'm going to have to do a bit more research on that. So for the rest of this video, I've put my phone away. You won't see the phone again today on this video. We're just going to use the camera as it is. We're going to take some shots and do a bit of filming. I'm going to get a brew on first actually and have a brew, so I'll record doing that. So this is just really to see what this camera is actually like. I now know that it's going to take a little bit more time to sort the audio side and all that kind of thing out. So let's get a brew on. So here's me just messing around with the zoom. It's a manual zoom on this, but I've got it in autofocus mode, so it looks fairly good. It's crystal clear on the back of the screen, what I'm seeing. Right, let's get this brew on. So today I've brought something easy, quick and easy, Primus gas. I think we'll set up over just where the camera is actually. So good old Primus gas to the rescue. Let's get the thing screwed on. There we go. I hope I've brought a lighter with me. I know I haven't brought my ferrocerium rod today. This is the, in case you're wondering, this is the Primus Express Spider. And this is the winter gas that I'm using because I don't have any other gas. And they do 3 types of gas. I've mentioned that on other videos. In fact, I did a whole video once on the whole Primus company and everything. Right, so we've got my 2 mugs. Reason for having 2 mugs is because when the burner's going, these handles get hot. You take it off the burner, you've got to wait half an hour for it to cool down, and sometimes the rim's hot as well. So I'm just going to boil my water in there and have me brew in my little cup. Put about that much in. Don't like my brew too hot, so I could put some cold water in that. Right, let's get this thing done. Usually doesn't take very long to boil. That's literally hot enough. Not warm, a bit too hot. Yeah, so I'm probably about halfway up the woods here. Going to be taking some pictures with the camera, but I'm just intrigued to see what the playback's like now. Yeah. So every time I come to these woods, I never see anybody. I think I saw one bloke walking his dog last year, but apart from that, I don't think anybody comes in here. But the footpaths are quite clear, which makes you think that people do use it. But yeah, never really see anybody, never even hear anything in here really. Obviously, apart from the buzzards. Coincidentally, if you hear any jets going past, it's real air show today. I'm not going this year. Well, I was working this morning, but my reason for not going is the Red Arrows aren't there this year. They're touring America at the moment, so it's a bit of a flop without them being there, I think. But and it's on tomorrow as well, so I've got work tomorrow, so that won't affect me. So if the blackberries are out, that means that autumn's on its way, just around the corner. And then we're back to with no leaves, no cover, and all that kind of thing. Freezing temperatures. Best part of the year, I think. Right, let's get all this packed up. There's a handy little on this bag. It's I think this is the Czech Army backpack. It does have a nice slot inside, a sleeve where that fits just nice, that pad. So let's make sure we've got everything. Got the water just slides in there, hopefully. If not, it can go in the bag. Yeah. Put my pots in a dry bag so they don't leak everywhere. Everything's labelled, cooking pots. Yes. I'll have to replace the strap on this bag as well, guys, because the other one snapped. It was probably about 100 years old, the piece of rope that was in here. So I've replaced it with a bit of good quality power cord, not the 550 stuff. This is much thicker. I think this is battle cord. Right, let's continue with this videoing and taking photos and all that. Right guys, first mistake. I didn't realise it's really hard getting to grips with this camera. You have to focus everything yourself. I'm not even sure if I'm in focus now. But what happened then with the tree when I took the picture was that the flash came up and it burst its flash automatically. So I need to turn that setting off somehow. So yeah, there's a lot that this camera can do, and you know, I've got everything set to auto pretty much. So the camera's doing its best to get the best shot. So yeah, we'll have to probably go into manual, I think, for taking photos and not let the camera do so much of the work. Right, so I'm just going to take a couple of snapshots of this area here. Right, so just in this area, it's fairly well lit up with sun. These nettles here. So I'm going to try and do a close-up of the nettle. And that's obviously going out of focus. Take a real good close-up picture of the nettle head. So I just got some really good shots of that. So just down there in the centre of the frame now is some berries on, I think it's a rowan tree or mountain ash. So I'm going to zoom in and see if I can take a picture of that. So guys, yeah, there's a lot more to this camera than meets the eye. I'm going to have to sit down and study it properly, get it all sorted properly, and I do want to get a wireless microphone as well for it, so that's something I'm going to look into. But primarily I just want to get the mouse microphone up and running. So I hope you found this a little bit educational. It's just me messing about in the woods with the camera and having a brew, really. But yeah, and I hope the video quality is so much better than what I've been producing so far, guys. That's the main thing for this video. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one, guys.